What is up? Thank you for popping up with Jacob. I didn't even keep the music rolling. That's my bad. I keep that thing going. I usually like to keep it off the top, but how are we all doing? More than 24 hours away from that Frankfurt masterclass. Wonderful piece. I was actually going to do an episode with Michael tonight. No Michael. Michael's with his family, and I told him that's more important. So he needs to be with his family. But Michael will be on the stream tomorrow. You already know, the Friday show. Michael will be there. I will be there. Rez will be there from Shelfshad Spurs show. And then we also got Alan Clark debuting on the channel from Time Added On. So big up. I was on his channel a little bit earlier today. So big shout out. First off, let's check in. I see a couple comments here. James Joris, official sponsor, is in the house. Sonny is better than Adama Traore. I agree. 100%. 1,000%. 100 million %. Sonny is and always will be transcendent among men. Let's put it that way. James Joris in the house. Big up, you Spurs of America. Yes, sir. That Vestal says that shirt is fire. Jay, appreciate it. It's the Pride top from it's the Pride top from MLS. They had every year they do like a little jersey for Pride or whatever. So gotta rep Austin FC's. Felt like, show some love to the new franchise. Sonny is water squirt emoji. Water squirt emoji. That is correct. He is. I couldn't put that in the poll, so unfortunately. But as you know, I do have a poll rolling. I like the poll. I like to keep it, funky. I also like to give one negative answer out there. So any negative Nancys out there, anyone who just, feels like they just want to, let some hate out, that's cool. There's a negative ass answer in the chat for you that you can use. But typically the other three kind of coincide with each other. It's just kind of however you're feeling tonight. But appreciate anyone who does do that, participates in the poll. I appreciate that immensely. You like that? Immensely. That might be the word of the night. Anywho, I appreciate you for popping out. Gina Kim in the house says hello. Very happy about the win and Sonny scoring, as am I. I'm ecstatic. I'm through the moon. It's like one of those moments that you've been waiting for so long. Not too long, but long enough. And honestly, long time coming. We'll get into it. We got a little bit of a show coming for you. Don't know if anyone's actually going to pop up. While I'm talking about it, I'm going to put the link in the chat because, as you lot know, this is an open platform show. You want to come on, you want to talk about Tottenham, you want to talk about whoever else you may like, feel free to do so. Click the link, join in, we'll talk about it. But anywho, I'm going to talk about Spurs. That's what I'm popping up to talk about tonight because honestly, it was just, how could I go too long without speaking about what Heung-min daddy, Heung-min Heung, Heung-min father, Heung-min son, like what, how am I not going to pop up and talk about it? I got to. So there's the link in the chat. Click it if you want to. If you don't, that's cool too. Also, what up, Twitch? We're on Twitch as well. So trying to do that thing. That Vestal. Hit him up on Twitch if you're on Twitch. I know he likes to play some God of War if you're into video games and watching folk. He's a good guy, so go ahead and check him out. Speaking of people I want you to check out, usually that's a segue into introing someone, but this is just a thank you to the patrons of the channel. Gotta put it up. Soggy Undies Club, we have Alan Sibley, the one and only 10-inch. And we also have Reyes Jr. That's my homie from PlayStation. What it do? 10-inch club for Roz. We got Goguma, Queen Ellie, Tottenham Till I Die, and C. Shearman. Big up yourself, C. Shearman, and all the 10-inch club. as well as the official supporters. We have Scott M, J-Co, and David. Also want to say Mile High Hotspur, how you doing? Lovers Lane, we got Bobby K and C Cubed. To become a patron, you can do all that and choose your club while helping us grow as a channel. I think we're at 11 patrons right now, so that's immense. That's wild. And I appreciate every single one of you. You know, this channel wouldn't be what it is without the people in the comments, the people who watch this, the people who talk about it with me and their friends. And again, please hit that like, hit that subscribe while you're at it. We're on the road to 500. So if you can tell your mother, tell your brother, they want to watch this channel, they want to see what we're talking about here on United Spurs of America. Also want to say big up to the other half of this here channel, Michael. Hope you're doing well, my friend. James Joris says, loves this channel immensely. Beautiful. That's already 1 point for James Joris. I haven't even made the banner for the word of the night. Usually I make it as we do the show, but since I don't know that anyone's going to be joining me this evening, I'm going to go ahead and make that word of the night right now. I mean, it is immensely. It will be immensely. And it's going to be immensely cool the more we use it. So shout out to those who do. James Joris already has. Anywho, now that we're through all that, what's up, Mile High Hotspur? Says big up US of A. Big up yourself. Nice stream earlier, my friend. Some interesting takes. Nonetheless, we are Tottenham Hotspur. I'm Jacob. This is Pop Up with Jacob, so appreciate you popping up. First thing I want to talk about, I want to share my screen, but I don't know if I'm gonna get in YouTube trouble. I don't think I'll get. I mean, I'm not monetized, so I don't see why they would attack me. But anywho, hope you can hit that like, hit that subscribe, and get us to the 500 mark. That'd be really sweet. My birthday is November 1st. That's less than a month away. It's a little over 2 weeks away. So if you're trying to pop up, hit that link as well. You can pop up with Jacob. Help Jacob and Michael get to that 500 subos before Christmas. That'd be a nice little Christmas present. Anywho, Frankfurt 2, Tottenham 3. Let's talk about it. I mean, I'm looking at it here and I'm salivating because you know why. You know why. You know exactly why. Heung daddy, Heung son gets on the score sheet twice. He was hungry for the third. I thought it was coming. I cannot lie. First foremost, I'm just going to share my screen, actually, so that way y'all don't just have to look at me, because it's just me right now. We thugging it out tonight. We thugging it out tonight. Thugging it out tonight. Look at that. There you go. Now you can look at what I'm looking at. You don't have to look at me so much. I'm looking over here. I feel like every time you come here to this, shout out SofaScore. But when you come here, I feel like this gives you a good laid out little timeline of what happened in the game, and then memory, and I like to also watch highlights before I do these things. So first and foremost, let's just talk about Eric Dyer. He got a yellow card in the 11 some minute. It says 12. I remember it vividly. Excuse me. I remember it vividly. It was a dumb foul, I thought. And then about 2 minutes later, he gets past the ball from Christian Romero, I believe. And it was a very heavy, very awful touch. Very poor. Very rudimentary. And the ball gets taken by a Frankfurter. And then he farts all over the place with the ball. Next thing you know, we're farting around with the ball in front of net. Shout out whoever the fuck was in front of net. And then, what's his name? Daichi Kamada. There it is. Daichi Kamada, that guy. The guy, we knew he was going to score one. He's a pretty quality player. A lot of people that I am close to rate him highly. I know C. Shearman does. He had 78 minutes, 1 goal. That one shot on target, obviously, is that rebound goal. It actually was like a rebound, and then the dude passed it to him, and then he shot it in. So really no chance for Hugo to get behind that one. Maybe he could have caught the first one. I don't know. But either way, it doesn't look good. But you can see here, starting 11, Curious what we all think about the starting 11, honestly. It's kind of the same thing we're used to seeing. Not surprised Emerson Royale started. Kulusevski's still nursing whatever the hell he's nursing. And honestly, in that training room, sometimes it's like a black hole. They say you're going to be gone for just a little bit, and you're actually gone for quite some time. Bastards. But Oliver Skip, he also got in. You know, my boy Basuma, he also got in. That was clutch. That was nice. I like seeing Basuma. Richarlison, he's tracking back. I thought Richarlison had a nice little game. I think he's buying in more to the system, maybe. I think I saw him tracking back more. This is the most I've seen him track back, actually, in a Tottenham jersey. I mean, let's look at the heat map. I mean, yeah, there's some. But from my eye, it looked like, you know, that he was actually getting back for us when we needed him to. Or preemptively, initiative, as my wife would say. Let's see, David. What's up, David? Patron member in the house. Says Sonny plays so much when he's pushed up. Conte said he told Harry to stay just behind Sonny. Excuse me, which worked out great. I need some water. It does work out great when Harry stays a little bit behind, feeding Sonny those balls. There's also an interesting topic about Sonny playing better with Perisic, playing better with Sessegnon, and actually not playing as good with Perisic. That's an interesting topic. I'd be interested to have that conversation with somebody, but from what we've seen, Sonny's been coming alive lately, so I do kind of want to see, you know, an informed Sonny playing with Perisic. I think that's something intriguing. I do want to see that. David also says, also Sonny plays, okay, just exactly what I was talking about. Also Sonny plays better with Sess, 100%. Perisic likes to dribble and cross the ball and overlaps with Son in that 3-4-3. Might be fine with a 3-5-2. Plays so much better. Thoughts on number 12? Okay, Full Bull. What's up, Full Bull in the house? How you doing, my friend? Thoughts on 12? I mean, if I could be honest, like, I have a lot of stances about 12, but that's actually some American jargon that I'll save for another day. But number 12, Emerson Royale. Not surprised that he started, first and foremost. That is not surprising at all, because obviously he's not going to play on the weekend. He's not going to play against United. So I felt like, of course, he was going to start. Now, when we talk about his play, there's one thing yesterday that stands out above all the other abysmal, regrettable decisions this man made, actions this man made. Harry Kane had a run down the left-hand side, and it was great. I mean, I'd never seen Harry Kane just put the burners on. Maybe the other dude slow got turned around. I don't know. Harry Kane burned this man. He put the ball out there, made it a foot race, and he beat the man to the ball. I was impressed with that. Then he switches the play, swings the ball all the way over to the right side, and unluckily, the ball kind of falls to Emerson Royale instead of Heung-min Son. I think he was aiming for Heung-min Son, if I'm honest. But it kind of fell to Emerson Royale, and sure enough, what does he do? He takes a heavy first touch, gets away from him, and then Bentancur makes a run on his right, to the right of Emerson, and then right in front of Emerson. So at this moment, after he takes a horrible, horrible first touch, he has a chance to look at it and say, okay, Heung-min Daddy is 10 feet away. I know he wants the Hattie. I have Bentancur making a run on the right-hand side. Maybe I want to give it to him and be aggressive. Maybe I want to play it safe to Son. What does he do? He takes about 3-4 more other touches. And then when he decides to pass it, this man literally passes it to a Frankfurter player. I mean, come on. Come on. For those of you that may know or not know, full confession, I chew nicotine. nicotine gum. It's helped me stop smoking for a few years. Emerson Royale makes me want nicotine very badly. When I watch him play, when I think about him play, he just, golly, it's tough watching this man because it's like he's young. He has a physical body that can literally, run just a little bit. But let me see. I'm lagging. Let me stop that screen sharing. I think my connection was bad. Apologies. So you got to look at me because apparently my connection sucked. Paid money for that internet, but I guess it don't work. What's up, Dave Hotspur in the house? Thank you for popping up with Jacob tonight. A little late night. Dave Hotspur, don't know where you at, but I hope it's somewhere great. Number 12 is, man, there's just so many chances that he gets because I think he's so open on that right-hand side because of the attention that Sonny's going to pull on the left. That, that's why Kulusevski gets that space. We've seen Richarlison get that space. Niagara Falls. Buffalo area, maybe? I'm not sure. The Niagara Falls, I know it's north and borders Canada and America. That's about as much as I know, but big up yourself, brother. Hope you're having a solid evening. Thank you for tuning in as well. Got about 13 of y'all in here, so appreciate y'all being here. Let's see. Oh, Aaron Dub's in the house. Your stream is smooth in Ireland, Jay. Appreciate that. Hope your stream is smooth as well when you're in Ireland. You see what I did there? A little double entendre. Is that double entendre? I know it's not an innuendo because I think an innuendo has to have some kind of like connotations to it. You know what I'm saying? Air quotes. Big up Aaron Dub all the way from Ireland. Hope you're doing well, brother. Gina Kim says, in Korean YouTube community, there's a whole lot of analysis why Perisic doesn't work well with Sonny, so I was surprised but happy to see that Perisic was not in the lineup. I just knew. To me, I've seen a lot of people make the discussion as to why, at least the conversation being brought up as, that Heung works better with Sonny and, Perisic is doing more, etc. The thing is, I think Sonny's world class. I think he can work with any player. But again, Perisic is old hound. It's not easy to teach a old dog new tricks, as they say. So he does what he knows how to do well, and that's what Perisic is doing. Which I think that's why Conte got him, because of what he can do, his versatility as well. Now I think if it's hindering, what I would say your best player, what I say is the best player is Heung-min Son, and then Harry Kane. That's just my order. I'm a little biased, just because I love Heung-min Daddy. He's too amazing. We are so fucking lucky that he plays for Tottenham Hotspur. Do y'all realize that? How he's salute my general. Heung-min Daddy. Anywho, Dave Hotspur, other side of the border. Okay, so you're on the Canadian side. So you're on the side where the water runs from, if I'm correct about where you're at. You knew Sonny would play well because Heung was starting. Now, I rate Heung. I think he's quite a talent. I think learning from the likes of Ivan Perisic is only going to be very good for him. So I want to see more. I don't think he's quite there yet. He still lacks a lot in all areas of his game, but physically he's coming along well, I think. Based on how he looked before the Hoffenheim. I think it was Hoffenheim. Or was it Schalke? I think it was Hoffenheim. Wherever he got loaned to in the Bunda. Man, he got a little big. Got a little bigger. And so I was like, okay, this man's getting a little bigger. That's a good thing. I still think he lacks a little bit. But, hey, if Sonny can play well off him, then why the hell not? For me, when I initially didn't see Perisic on the 11, I thought it was a fitness thing. Maybe we were just gonna rest him for the first part of the game, and then bring him on if we needed him, kind of, as that game changer sub if we needed him. We didn't even need him. He stayed on the bench the whole game. We didn't even need him. But he's great to have. I mean, why not have a sturdy automobile in the garage if you got it? That's kind of what I think. If Sessegnon can do fine and do the physical aspects of the game, I think Conte will continue to play him. Conte liked him, but also, he liked him over who? Reguilon? Sergio? The dude, true left back, Emerson Royale, he's a right back. Then they start playing the right wing back, the left wing back, respectively. And it just don't work out the way we think it is. It just doesn't work out how we hoped it would. But I look at the big picture here when it comes to Emerson Royale, when it comes to Sessegnon, when it comes to all the who say, what say, you know what I mean? Look at our league record. If we win this weekend, I think that is technically our best statistical start to a season in the modern Premier League era. I heard that. I don't know who. Shout out at whoever the fuck on Twitter. But I heard that that's the case. Now, if that's true, are we going to keep shitting on Emerson? I mean, sometimes you got an old rickety boat, right? I think Conte came in and said, all right, we got this rickety boat. I'm gonna put this drunk sailor out there. Maybe he doesn't do a sailor's job correctly, whatever that is. But he does a good enough job that, quite frankly, whoever runs that boating company is like, let's put him out there. And there's something that Conte must see in training that is telling him. Here we go. Big up James Joris. Yes, brother, we finally got you on over to the Patreon. We finally got you over. Go ahead and head on over to Anchor. Cancel that membership. I can't kill the membership on Anchor until you technically cancel it. But James Joris is now officially on the Patreon. So big up, James Joris. Your picture, you look like a doctor. Are you a doctor, dude? What's up, man? You look like a doctor. Big up, brother. Hope you're doing well, and I'm glad that you have finally officially moved over to the Patreon. Now we can get that Anchor dissipated. But anywho, back to what we were talking about. Big up. If you want to be a Patreon member, there's the link. I pinned it in the chat and shit, so you can do that. I'm trying to not talk about Sonny too much. We're 25 minutes in. I don't know how long I'm going to go tonight, honestly, because it's looking like I'll probably be by myself. So, but there is a moment in which I do want to talk about Sonny. I want to put some time away and just really think about him and appreciate what he did for us. But let's see. Football says number 19 is a left-footed number 12 in his opinion. I don't think he's as bad, but he's not like a substantially better option, if that makes sense. I like Sessegnon more, personally. I think that he could offer us more, and I don't know. I don't like the whole, like, doing TikToks and stuff after we just lost in the derby, and he got sent off on a red card, and then he's derbying, but I don't know. What he does on the pitch is more important than anything he does on his social media, in my opinion. But here's the thing. Sessegnon, he's been okay. I don't think he's been bad. Emerson has been bad. Plenty of times. He has been bad. Very, very bad. Dave Hotspur, that Sun volley was Van Basten-esque. I'm not trying to talk about it too much. Unless this is the time. Is this the time? Am I supposed to talk about it now? The Heung Daddy takeover the rain that he sprayed upon us. I mean, I could do it. I could definitely do it. But I think I'm gonna save it just for a second, just for a little bit. Oh, we had someone pop up, then they popped out real quick. They clicked the link, they thought about it, and they decided their better judgment says, "Oh, I better get out of here." David says Cess is quicker in releasing the ball, always looking for that low cross into the box. Better than Perisic's high crosses for Son and Kane, in my opinion. Yeah, but sometimes Cess's crosses don't even go near nobody. They just flying around. Are you good to go, my friend back there? Who's popping up with Jacob tonight? You doing all right back there? Let's see. I'm going to play the intro because you know what I like to do when we get a guest popping up with Jacob. I like to introduce them appropriately. Aaron.
Hey Jake, am I on?
What's cracking, my friend? How you doing all the way over there in Ireland?
Very well, thank you. Thank you very much, and I hope you're well there in Texas. Yeah,
we're doing well. Weather's cooling off nicely over here in El Paso. So it's that time of year where you can open the windows up and save on the electric.
Is El Paso New Mexico or Texas?
The terrain is like New Mexico's, but it's technically Texas.
Okay, yeah. I was a little bit confused before, yeah.
Yeah. If I lived back in Dallas, where I'm from, in Texas, it don't matter what time of the year, you're not opening your windows because it's disgusting out there. But out here, it's beautiful.
So what's beautiful, because in Ireland at the moment it's about 8 degrees, and for me that's tropical, man. I'm loving it.
8 degrees Celsius? How much is that Fahrenheit?
I don't know, add on 30 or something. Yeah, get Scott M to do the match on that, mate. It's pretty chilly, you know. It's chilly enough. Yeah.
Yeah,
but,
I like it. I like it chilly as well. You know, Marilyn Monroe, she said some like it hot. I technically don't. I like it really nice and cold. And
I'm the same, mate. I sleep with the windows open, man, as cold as possible, which is probably why I'm single at the moment. But yeah, I'm just kidding.
What I always do is I keep the fan going, and then I give my wife the remote, and I say, if you are too cold, turn it down, but I need it to go to sleep. So
I need cold, man. I need a cold bed. Like that's a rule for me. The bed's got to be cold. So if that means I sleep in the nip, I'm sleeping in the nip, man.
Sleep in the nip. I love it.
Yeah, why not, man? It's relaxing. It's comfortable. It's you can turn over that duvet, that blanket over onto the missus, and you can just breathe. The whole body can breathe. So I love it anyway.
Yeah, breathe. Exactly. I feel like I can breathe. But anywho, back to Tottenham. What were your initial thoughts? Did you get to watch the game?
Yeah, I did watch it. Yeah, I had a couple of interruptions, but I pretty much got to watch the bulk of it, and delighted to see obviously my boy Sonny, who I love. Obviously, gone back to I'm 48 now, and gone back to the age of 13. My elder brother married a Korean girl. I've had a love for Korea, so it's always great to to see a country that includes that my family is involved with to do well. So I have an extra special love for Sonny, and I'm delighted to see him scoring that beautiful volley. It was just perfect timing. His I
thought you said body and not volley. I was like, that is true. He does have a beautiful body.
Let's not go nipples here, please. Let's not go down the nipples.
It's just the two of us here, Aaron. You're right.
That's why I came on, man. Why is my avatar not on? I just realised my avatar.
Yeah, I don't know.
Probably just as well, because apparently I look scary in that avatar, which is kind of funny, because apparently I've got a friendly face in real life. But look, overall, fuck it, 3 points. I think Conte maybe takes some blame with the substitutions as to the last 10 minutes that a lot of people are complaining about. I think the players take a bit of the blame as well for kind of assuming that the game was in the bag. It was won because we're playing against 10 men, 3-1 up. I think there was a little bit of slackness came in, but come on, man, 3 points, top of the group. Can't complain too much.
No, I agree. I agree 100%. Hard for me to be upset when we win a game, regardless of the performance. If we win 1-0 and it's poo-poo, I don't give a shit. 3 points is 3 points, my friend. Real quick, I want to run through David, the patron of the official supporters. Newest official supporter says that Son shot to the far post, that trap save, that was a great first-time touch pass from Cess. Very true. I also wonder if maybe Sessegnon looks so good because Emerson looks so bad. And does Sonny also help Sessegnon look better? Again, I'm a Sessegnon fan. I was a little upset when we loaned him out to Hoffenheim, but I think it made him better. I think this experience this season only going to make him better. But also I think we getting Destiny Udogie in next season. I think he's better than Sessegnon. It's just interesting. It's an interesting position, right? Both wingbacks are kind of when it's Sessegnon. What's your take on Sessegnon, Aaron?
Well, I'm going to reel it back a year, right, where I had a debate live on a different channel with a certain coach who's a well-qualified coach, and I had written off Sessegnon a year ago, and he hadn't. Now, I'm not one of those guys who likes to say, I was right, you were wrong, but the guy is now totally flipped on what he was saying a year ago. And he's now agreeing with me. I don't rate Sessegnon. Sorry, Jacob. So I disagree with you. I don't think he's... I mean, like we've seen our Danny Roses. We've seen our Kyle Walkers at the club. You know, we've seen some terrific fullbacks during the golden years under Poch, if you could call them golden years. But that to me is what an attacking
silver years, maybe?
Silver or
second
bronze.
place.
Silver. Yeah, we take silver. It's better than bronze, mate. I'll go with that.
Hey, we got second in Champions League and second in the league. You know.
Yeah, and we get second in every cup final we seem to go to. But
yeah.
Now, look. I mean, and this isn't an Irish thing, but I do think Doherty, in terms of wing backs and being able to find the right position. I know Doherty's shit with his end product, or as you call him, Doughboy. I know his end product is shite, but he gets into the right positions, which is what the other wing backs we have aren't doing. Perisic and Sonny, that's another discussion, of course. But again, like, if you're good players, you have to be able to play together. So for people blaming Perisic for Sonny's lack of performance since the start of the season, I know somebody's going to pop up with stats saying Sonny's been brilliant, but no, like, I mean, stats, yeah, they're great for analysing certain things, but the eye test is also great for analysing certain things, and you can tell a player's body language looking at them, and stats don't always reveal that. I think Sonny and Perisic, they're both world-class players, or have been in their... Well, I mean, Sonny currently is, and Perisic certainly was previously, so there's no reason why I don't think they could form a relationship. So, you know, that would be a thing of fucking beauty, man. I just don't think Cess has the ability in the same way Emerson doesn't have it. And then, unfortunately, you know, with Doherty, he can get up there all right, but there's no end product out of Doherty, you know, or there rarely is. So we're struggling struggling on the wings, mate. You know, we're struggling at left wing back.
That's the thing is we when we brought Perisic on in the first place, I said, okay, give me one more, but for the right side, because I knew Emerson, Doughboy were not the answer, even when we were knocking around Spence, because it took us 6 months to sign him for whatever reason. It's just, I wonder how it's going to pan out, because I want success. Conte wants success. Most of the fans all want success. Some want to see us burn. But for the most part, like, I think everyone wants us to win something. And I think that it's hard to believe that that's an actual real goal we can achieve while starting the likes of Dyer, Emerson, Sessegnon, etc. Now, starting Perisic, it automatically just sounds better, like your squad's better. So I don't want to lean with that side specifically, but like, I have a hard time believing that like Sessegnon's going to be their better option on that left over Perisic, just because of the level Perisic has. I think they just got to figure it out. Sonny and Perisic together. Or, fuck it. Put Perisic on the right, Sessegnon on the left. Perisic on the right is better than anyone that we have on the right.
Yeah.
I mean, you could argue the Spence thing, but at the same time, like, what have we seen of him? 20 minutes?
Yeah,
maybe?
You see, well, that's the thing. We've nothing to go on.
Exactly.
Apart from the game in the Cup against Arsenal last year, where he was brilliant, or his performances for Forest. But you got to remember, Middlesbrough wanted to offload him. They loaned him to Forest, and they only took him back so they could sell him again. So, I mean, if Borough, the team that basically brought him through, are looking to ship them out, well, then something's not right, And I wonder, is it another training issue? Is he another one of these kids in training that just doesn't perform? Is he got a bad attitude? Hello to Philly. I bumped into him in another stream earlier, and I said to him, I'm not going on Tottenham shows anymore because all we do lately is talk about Sun and stats. And that's not what it. Myself and Philly were having a little chuckle about that earlier. But look, guys, Jake.
Just me, buddy.
Yeah, but look where we are. We're third to the table. We're top of our Champions League group, and we haven't clicked into gear yet. We have not clicked yet, like as a team. So this season, look, I'm going to remain positively optimistic and deluded, and say that this could be a decent season for us.
Yeah, I mean, again, like you said, we're not clicking on all cylinders, but we're still seeing some good results, points wise, table wise. So I'm not upset at all with where we are, and I'm not upset with Emerson. I'm kind of glad Emerson got that red just so he could stop for a couple games.
I think we all were, man. It was like, oh yes, thankfully he's going to be Conte. He's going to be forced into doing
something else. Because God,
but that is a gripe.
I love Conte, and I agree with everything he does pretty much, and I'll just like go with it because I'm like, you're the fucking boss, like you're the Don. Yeah. I love you. He liked a comment of mine on Instagram, so I love him. But I have been like, bro, I'm so fucking tired of Emerson on the right. I'm so done with Emerson on the right. Like anybody at this point, I'll even fuck it, bro. Doughboy, let him start and fuck it up. I don't care.
Fuck it, dude. You can insult my city, man. I don't mind. I'd rather fucking Doughboy goes there than fucking Emerson.
What's he gonna do? Fuck it up just like Emerson? We're in the same position. Look, what's there to lose?
I gotta. In fairness, Doherty put in a fucking great block there. Not the fucking Frankfurt game. The game before
Brighton.
He put in. Was it Brighton that he put in a block in the last couple of minutes, man?
I can go look.
Sorry, my fucking brain's a bit wobbled at the moment. It's a bit late in the morning, but he put in some. He's never been an incredibly creative player, Doherty. For obviously O'Meyer, so I followed his career. He had that one or two particularly good seasons.
Yeah, he started against Brighton. Sorry, I forgot that.
Yeah. I thought he'd done all right. Like, and he defensively, he actually looked decent more than he has done so before. But again, that came after Conte's kind of public shaming, where he said he wants to win games, so why would he play Doherty or something to that effect?
Yeah, that was a great quote. I loved it.
I'm obviously taking that and I'm not out of context, but I'm not using the exact words. But, I think the gist of what he was trying to say was, I think it was just to kick up the arse for Doherty because
he said it and then he started him. So
that's what
he said. It and he started him. Yeah, and I like that, a little tough love. Fuck it, prove me wrong, bro. That's the way I see it. When Richarlison came in, I was kind of like, man, I thought 60 mil. I was like, I don't know, but I was also like, prove me wrong. Like, go out there, show me something. Yeah. Let's get it done. And you know what?
He does bring a bit of juice.
I love Richarlison.
Richie, he brings a bit of juice, a bit of kind of intensity. I mean, he was back tackling, in fairness to him, against Frankfurt. For some reason, I keep wanting to be calling Hoffenheim because you said Hoffenheim and Schalke.
Hoffenheim and Schalke.
Yeah, but it's not Schalke, it's Schalke.
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 I'm sorry. I've lived all over the world, man. Korea, Japan, Germany. So I always get anal when it comes down to pronunciation about
No, that's totally fine. My pronunciation's usually off on everything. Question here from Full Bull: Richarlison or Kulu to start versus Everton? For me, Richarlison. I love a team playing. I love playing an old team. I think you start him, let him go out there and put the shit on him. What about you?
Oh, to be honest, because of the chemistry of the front three, I think Kulu just has the chemistry already developed with Sonny and Kane, and he seemed to have that naturally from day one since he joined the team.
This is true. Yeah.
But with Richie, it would be an awful humiliation if he was left on the bench. So if it wasn't against Everton, I would say play Kulusevski. But if it's against Everton, I don't want the guy to be humiliated by not starting. In the same kind of way that Spence came on against Forest for 5 minutes.
He almost scored.
Yeah. So did Brian Hill, though.
I did want to talk about that a little bit later.
Fucking Benny Hill. I don't know if you know what Benny Hill is, mate, but Brian Hill, oh my days. Like, go for
Aaron
it,
Dub, thoughts on Ndombele's performance versus Ajax?
Aaron Dub, Full Bull's trolling me for the last year about Ndombele because he knows exactly what I think of him. and I ain't gonna say any more, buddy. You know what I fucking think. Fucking prick. What, he's got 4 assists now for them in cup games.
Yeah.
And he scored that wonder goal in the pre-season friendly. And I think he's done shite in the Italian league. I'm not sure because I don't follow.
He hasn't played much.
Yeah, but look,
that team, bro. That team. There's a Georgian kid, Kavicha Kavarkasharka.
Oh, Kovac. Yeah.
Kovac. I heard someone pronounce it last night on Will Stewart's stream.
Kovac or something, you know.
Yeah, I'm not going to butcher his name anymore, but he number 77.
If you type it, I'll be able to read it for you.
All right, I'll copy and paste it, but
because J is pronounced Y.
For Georgia.
Georgia, great Georgian player. What was his name again? Kinkladze. Used to play for Manchester City when they were shit, and he was brilliant. Fantastic player, Kinkladze. Kinkladze. Oh, jeez, I can't even get his name right. I'm never going to be able to pronounce it. Kinkladze. The older boys will remember him. He was a fantastic footballer.
It's this guy.
I think he ended up with Borough, actually. Like, so if you put the name in the chat, that should pop up on my TV.
Oh, can you see it? I just shared my screen.
Yeah. Okay, I have to read it slowly the first time. Kvaratskhelia.
Hell yeah. He's a good he's a baller. He's 21. Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'd work for Tottenham, but he's a special talent. There's also I like that Victor Osimhen. He's a nice striker. Would like him too.
Yeah, I've heard good things. I can't claim to know much about European football because like these days, I used to watch every game of football that was on TV, and these days I've just reduced it down to only watching Tottenham or Ireland if they're playing an international. So I can't claim to know much about the European guys anymore. But yeah, I have heard that dude with the O. What was his name?
Osimhen?
Oh, Osimhen. Yeah.
Victor Osimhen.
Yeah, he seems to be getting talked up. What happened to that Canada fella? There was a lad in Canada who was supposed to be doing great. He was playing for a club in Europe.
Jonathan David?
Yeah. He scored, didn't he? I think. Did he score last week?
He plays for Olympic Lyon.
Oh, Lyon. Okay.
I think he plays for Lyon or one of the French teams. Yeah, I think it's Lyon.
You're getting. I've noticed it. So I'm looking at the chat popping up. You're getting all the Americans and the Koreans, dude. Must be the time. Nobody in Europe.
This is the gang. This is the gang right now. They always pop up with me, and I appreciate them.
How's Collie, by the way, man? I haven't spoken to Collie for a while because I've deleted my WhatsApp.
Oh yeah, no, he's good actually. I texted him earlier, tried to get him to pop up with Jacob tonight, but unfortunately he did not. Speaking of popping up with Jacob, thank you, my love. Look at this. My wife just brought me some cookies. Isn't that lovely? We're well taken care of here. I'll pop up with Jacob.
That's just
Lyle.
not fair, man. Not fair.
I don't know what I did, bro. I don't know what I did. I just got super lucky.
Hey, I like that jersey, by the way. I like that jersey.
Oh, thank you. It was a pre-match warm-up top, like one of the like training gears, if you will, for Pride Month and for MLS. Ooh, these hoes are still hot too.
Hot cookies, man. You're having hot cookies.
Warm cookies, bro. I didn't even ask. It just brought up to me like, come on, man. I feel like a king right now.
What? Are they homemade?
Mm-hmm. My wife makes them. They're like healthy cookies too, but they taste really good.
Oh, fuck health, man. They just
Well,
get the sugars in there.
Maybe she's trained me at this point. I don't know. I might be a well-oiled machine at this point. Philly says maybe we can still Trent Alexander-Arnold away from the Reds. Seems like they're not feeling him so much over there. Yeah, his defending is atrocious. I don't know if he's just given up or if he's just been exposed, but he looks fucking terrible. I've loved him. That's
interesting, though. But that is an interesting thing. He is better than what we have going forward. And he's almost as bad or probably as bad as what we have defensively in that position. So I'd fucking love Trent Alexander-Arnold. We're not going to get him, of course, but yeah, I'd take him at Tottenham. Definitely.
No, I would too, 1,000%.
He's
just
still young, yeah.
And he can take a set piece for us, you know?
Yeah.
Anyone other than Kane. Jaco in the house
sake, man.
says,
sorry,
you
Jaco.
want to talk about his free kick?
What the hell? Did nobody else just like want to rip their hair out if you have any hair left? When you saw
Sonny went over there and was like talking to him. I thought Sonny was going to convince him, like, let me take it. But no.
Sorry, Jaco. Sorry, no, go back to Jaco and we'll get back to Kane and free kicks in a moment there. Sorry.
Jaco's comment?
Yeah, sorry, I interrupted because you mentioned free kicks and I automatically started pulling my hair out.
Oh no, I was just saying what's up, Jaco, patron, another patron in the house. A lot of patrons show up at that late night, the pop up, which I almost said late night chill. That's what Colin, but Colin's not with us tonight, unfortunately. Philly also thinks Doherty was all right with them and Jota and Raul. No, I mean he had one good season and everyone was like, oh, he's so good, but I just never seen it. I don't care what he did for Wolves. What has he done for fucking us? How long has he been with us? How many golfing fucking tournaments has he been to with Harry Kane? I mean, not long enough for you to fuck off, Doughboy. Sorry, I don't like him. And he stole the number 2, like, disgrace, shame. Wikipedia in the house. How you doing? I would just like to see the number 2 like on a competent player personally. Number 2 and number 3.
I can tolerate Doherty with number 2 a lot more than I could tolerate Harry Winks with number 8.
Well, yeah, if we had some par American playing for Tottenham wearing number 2, I'd be like, that's great.
What, like Deuce Dempsey?
Who?
Clint Dempsey, man. Deuce Dempsey.
Oh, Deuce. Yeah, my man, Deuce. I love Deuce.
Yeah. What's happened to him? Is he still playing ball, man?
No, he's a commentator for CBS Sports now. He covers Champions League. Yeah.
Have you seen his rap video in the trailer park where he's
No, he's a character. He's hilarious.
Yeah,
everyone who's ever come in contact with him love him. So
yeah. No, he made a good impression here. That's for sure.
Do you know what this is?
What's this? Do I have to look at the screen?
Yeah, it's Korean.
No, I can't read Korean. I can read Japanese. Sorry.
Big up Gina Kim. I wish I knew what you said here, but that's really cool and it looks awesome. Yanks got rained out tonight. Yank. Rip. I thought you would be a Philadelphia Philly fan, but again, I'm not fooled by your name. You told me not to be fooled. I'm not fooled. Maker's Mark goes well with the Wikipedia wants me to get shitty. I got shitty one time and I did a stream. And Wikipedia was proud of me because I had Maker's Mark.
What the fuck is a Maker's Mark?
It's whiskey.
Oh, I don't drink whiskey.
I don't.
I also support the Philly cheesesteaks. I think they're fantastic, man. I'm a big fan of Philly cheesesteaks, man. They're
Oh,
fantastic.
I love Philly cheesesteaks. Don't get me started.
Best
Spurs
team
fan
in
and
America,
cookies.
man.
Well, I can't get much better. You right. You right. And we play not very long. Not very long from now. Jaco,
Are we
always
half
show up
five
for
again?
you.
Are we half five on Saturday? Is that kickoff? Or sorry, in UK time. Is it a Saturday night
Yeah,
game?
because it's 10:30 for me, so that's 5:30 for UK.
Yeah. That's a nice time actually for me because it's a Saturday evening. You can get everything done, sit down, have crack a beer, and just fucking relax and watch the game and always show up for you and Aaron. Cheers, Jay. Nice
Cheers,
one, bud.
Jaco, the man.
Yeah.
Out in California. Hope you're doing well in the Sunshine State. Is that Florida? I don't know. Anywho, Dave Hotspur says Kane and Dyer taking free kicks is almost as bad as having to watch Emerson. Yeah, pretty atrocious. And it's like we always knew what was going to happen. Kane, for some reason, doesn't, and I don't understand why that is. Mike, what do you think of Sergino Dest? I'll text him. You want me to text him? I'll text Michael. I'll ask him.
He seems to be he's an American player, isn't he?
He just went to AC Milan.
Yeah. That's a fucking big club to go to, man. They're a fucking huge team. It must be good. How does an Irishman not drink whiskey? Easy, mate. I got when I was 17. The first time I got drunk was on whiskey, and it wasn't a good night. And I since then never been able to smell it since, my friend. I can't go near that stuff, man. It's turns me, Dr. Jekyll. What was it, or Mr. Jekyll and Dr. Hyde?
Dr. Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah, you give me a shot of whiskey, man. I'm fighting with the old lady, who's
fighting your demons, huh?
Yeah, dude. No, I don't go near that stuff, man. I don't drink spirits. I do like the occasional glass of wine if I'm having sushi or something like that, but other than that, I'll just have a couple of beers and watch the football. So, sorry, Wikipedia.
I feel like I disappoint Wikipedia every stream when I'm not drinking, which is pretty much 99% of the streams I'm on. But big up yourself, Wikipedia. One day I'm gonna have to come drink at your bar whenever.
Does he own a bar?
I think he owns a couple.
In New York?
And Florida, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, hang on now. This is a guy I need to get to know, man.
Yeah, he knows his shit.
Give us a job, mate. I'm a great barman.
I don't know about New York. That might just be his name, but
I've only been there once. I was 17 and I was literally there. My dad was working in Boston. I was kind of going over, spending my summers in Boston. And my dad brought me down to New York. And we had, I think, 5 or 6 hours there. Went up to the Empire State Building and whatever the Fifth Avenue thing is. And, saw a couple of the sites real quick and then jumped on the plane back to Ireland. So definitely a city I'd love to get back to.
Yeah, I went there in high school. It was interesting. I didn't like how much human urine and fecal matter I found, but that's another story.
Where the fuck were you hanging out, man? Like
fucking New York, bro. Fucking, I was on tour with like my classmates, with fucking high schoolers, and we're like with chaperones, and they're like, ignore that homeless man taking a shit in the middle of the sidewalk.
Oh, stop! Are you serious?
I swear, the only time I've ever been in New York is I went to a few Broadway plays because I'm a big theater buff. If you didn't know,
yeah. I figure that.
So I went to see a few plays on Broadway, and when you're walking to different shit, you walk everywhere in New York, and like from the hotel to Broadway, it was like dudes taking craps in the middle of the street and the sidewalks, and it was interesting. So,
jeez, Jacob, I can't imagine that, man. Like I've traveled all over the world, man. I've never seen that. Like, okay, maybe
it was timing. Maybe it was just serendipitous timing on my end that I look over and I see a man drop full trowel and just park it in the middle of the. It was interesting.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to start calling you laxative, man. If everywhere you go, you're making people shit. But it's.
I didn't do nothing. That's their own volition, bro. Wikipedia is clarifying they manage a few places in Tampa, Florida. New York place is still in the works. Very nice.
Hang on, James Jarvis only pees and craps in the street outside of the Emirates.
Hey, they do that inside the Emirates too.
I could tell you a story which I rather would not tell you about when I lived in Munich and the old Olympia Centrum station. Or sorry, the old Olympia Centrum was the U-Bahn station, so the underground. And you got the U3 out to there, and that's where Bayern Munich Stadium was before they built the Alliance Arena. But I do have a friend who needed to do what Jacob was talking about, so decided to do it at the turnstiles of the stadium where Bayern were playing the next day. I hope I haven't been too graphic in my explanation there.
No, it's okay. The cookie was on the way down already. Yeah. Well, that's interesting. That's a fun Allianz Arena story.
It was the Olympia. It was their previous stadium, the Olympic Stadium. They've since moved. I've been to both, by the way. Allianz Arena is a magnificent stadium. I went to see Man United play Bayern there in the Champions League game. Unfortunately,
nice.
Well, yeah, Bayern won 2-1. My brother's a Man U fan, so I went over to Munich with him. But we were sat at the very back row, the highest tier in the stadium. So we were furthest away, and I've got vertigo. Like, so I can't. I spent the whole game clinging on to my fucking, the armchair thing, like the.
You know what's weird is as I've gotten older, the more I feel like that happens to me.
Yep.
Same thing with like swings. A few years ago, my wife and I we were just like at the park, like, hee, let's be cute and go play on the swings, hee. And we were swinging for like 2 minutes maybe. And I was like, I'm getting nauseous as hell. This is not fun. I was like, we both, she got nauseous too. We were both like, oh, I guess this is just what happens when you fucking approach 30. This is when we were approaching 30.
The mad thing was, I used to love flying. I used to love, I could go anywhere, go up mountains, I could fly, I fucking do anything. And now, like every time I'm up at a height, I get wobbly and dizzy, and it's fucking weird. But I think you're right, though. I think it's an age thing. Because my dad had it as well. And my uncle has it. My uncle has to take pills for vertigo now. Like, he's 82 or something.
Jeez.
Yeah, he's got to, like, sometimes he has to lie down in the bed for like 3 days solid, man. So, yeah, it's a weird one, vertigo. I don't know if it's psychological or chemical. But,
Well, we're approaching the hour mark here on Pop Up with Jacob. So I feel like it's time to hit the gravy of this dish. And I think we all know what it is. So I have a nice little video I want to open it with. And hopefully I don't get flagged for showing a video on Twitter, but it's not of game footage. Whoever's listening, big brother, if you're listening, it's not game footage, so don't fucking copyright me. But Jaco says, Sonny's performance really does depend on who is backing him. I don't want to see Perisic with Sonny. We will talk about it momentarily, but first I must share this. Did you see this, Aaron? Dub? I know you're not on Twitter, so you see
probably
this?
not then.
Are you looking at the screen now?
I am, yeah, I can see on my TV.
You see this? Let me play this video. I'll take the audio out so that way there's no... Look at that. I mean...
is that Romero with the baby?
Romero, his baby, Sonny.
And Sonny. That's sweet, man. That's lovely. Yeah. Is that after? That's after the game.
After Sonny. Yeah, you see him? He's holding his trophy right down there. He's holding his man of the match trophy.
That's lovely.
I would love it if Sonny did that to my child, or if someone held me like Romero's holding that child, and that's me in Romero's arms, and then Sonny talking like that to me. That'd be fun. That'd be a great time, honestly.
That's lovely. That is beautiful. It's nice when you see kind of touching human kind of behavior from people that we just look at and consider, only as footballers, and we neglect, we disregard the fact that they're all humans at the end of the day. Yeah. These guys work together, they're colleagues, they know each other, so it's nice to when you see an open display of affection like that.
Yeah, and I'm even looking here in the replies, there's another angle of it, and it's so nice to see. Honestly, Heung-min son, I was going to say Son Heung-min, but Heung-min daddy, I'm sorry. He has my whole heart. He's an amazing player, inside and out. his first goal was that of the standard in which we have grown accustomed to. If you don't remember, takes a nice little pass from none other than Harry Kane, right through the middle there, takes it on his right foot, does his little where he's dancing with it on his right foot, and then slots it. Little, what do they call those? Sliders? They call them sliders? Or fizzers? Is that what they're called? Little, like a fizzy?
I don't know. You're bringing American terms to me now, man. I just say he slotted it home, man.
He fizzes one off the right foot into the bottom right corner, just out of reach of that bastard Trap, which is a great last name for a goalkeeper, by the way. Like,
what's his name?
His last name's Trap.
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah.
Come on, Trap. Like, I'm gonna trap that pass. I'm gonna trap that shot. I'm trapping. I mean, come on, trap that. It was
the first thing my uncle ever taught me was how to trap a ball. By the way, when I was about 6 years old. Yeah. So.
That's a fantastic last name for a goalkeeper.
I love that. My favorite German goalkeeper's name, just for the chant, though. If anyone can, Oliver can. It was such a good chant. It was Ollie Kahn. He was one of the greatest goalkeepers of all time, Bayern Munich in Germany. Before Neuer, it was Ollie Kahn. So if anyone can, Ollie Kahn. And Jacob, just getting back to the Perisic. I don't think I think people are maybe trying to blame Perisic for Sonny's not being a peak performance. I don't agree with that. I think that Sonny's been off.
I think it's more of the that the space is so crowded because of how forward playing Perisic is. Like, Perisic gets forward whether he has the ball or not so often that it crowds the area for Sonny to make those runs in behind. I think that's what the argument is.
But that could be kind of a tactical thing as well, in that, or what they're instructed to do. Whereas last year we were getting the ball to Son very quick, winning the ball in defence, get it to Kane, get it to Son. Whereas this year it seems just slightly slower in our when we get the ball. There's a bit more extra, maybe an extra pass at the back, or and that allows Perisic to get forward. So I don't necessarily blame Conte for that, or Sonny, or Perisic. I just think it's not, whatever they're doing at the moment just needs time, for it to click into place, for them to be able to develop that chemistry. But also a lot of that comes from passes out of the back. I mean, Jesus. I think if you're not going to get the ball quick up to Sonny, we're losing his best kind of ability, or that ability has to.
I also think part of it is Kane wasn't doing well either in his passing. His passing was off a little bit. I think it's an accumulation of everything. I think we as fans, we enjoy saying, this is what it is. No, this is what it is. No, this is what it is. And sometimes I'm just like, bro, it could be fucking everything. A building can only take so much push until it just falls over. So I think it's an accumulation of Perisic maybe being too much quality combating with the quality of Son, maybe to a certain degree that he plays higher up than Sessegnon does, or maybe that Sonny just knows Sessegnon's tendencies, and so therefore he can better play himself, knowing, I know for sure this is what Ryan's trying to do, or whereas Perisic is like, we've worked together for not that long, so he could be trying to think something else. But like, I also think our back line is atrocious. Our midfield at times has gotten overrun completely. Our wing backs are pretty much useless at certain points during every match. So I feel like it's everything. And then Kane's passing coming along. So it's just hard for me to say, like, it's this one thing that we've been waiting to unlock. I think it's an accumulation of everything that we do. Oh, shoot. Here we go. I found something else I wanted to share while we're talking about the one and only. Let me make sure the sound's off just in case. But it's fantastic. A little fantastic something for you. So, Aaron, if you can, look at the screen and just uno momento.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here we go. It's just he's on a corner. He just turns and just waves.
Cheeky.
Just like he just, hey everyone. Hey.
That's so good, so nice one. I've never seen it. I've gone to so many games in my life and I've never seen that. Is he about to take a corner?
Yeah, he's like waiting to take his corner, and I guess someone was like, hey, and he's like, hey.
That's so good, man. That's nice. Yeah. Stop it. I thought this wasn't going to be a Sonny show. Now you brought a tear to my eye. With Sonny
Here's the thing.
Babies and...
All roads lead to Moistureville, and the mayor of Moistureville is none other than Heung Daddy, Heung Wetness. Yeah. My favorite player in the whole wide world, the most beautiful player in the whole wide world. And Jaco, I saw Jaco's comment also says, I'm a hetero man, but he makes me question my sexuality. I don't question my sexuality because of him. But I definitely think he shines lights on areas of everyone's life that have been yet to be explored. I've always explained it this way. Like, whenever I was a kid...
Jacob, I have to mute myself for a minute, man. I'll be back in a second.
It's okay. I'll just rant to you like you're still here.
I can still hear you. Cheers. Sorry about that. Bye-bye.
All right. No worries. I heard something fall. So I've always equated it to like when I would go to a buffet as a kid, and I'd eat so much food so I can barely move, right? And then it's like, oh, do I want some ice cream? Do I want some dessert? Oh, well, hell yeah, I do. I've got like a little side stomach for the dessert. I feel like that is Sonny for me. It's like that side stomach that I got, just a little extra room for dessert. You know what I'm saying? So Philly, speak your truth. Embrace it, my friend. No judgment here. We're a very accepting channel. Football, if Ndombele was starting, the team would have clicked even quicker than what we're seeing at the moment. Quick and Ndombele, I don't know, my friend. I'm done with him, honestly, because I was a big... Football, you may know. You've listened to Michael and I quite a bit. We had a lot of nicknames for Ndombele. I don't even want to get into it because the fact that he disrespected the shirt versus the mighty Morecambe shrimp. He disrespected the shirt, quite frankly. The shirt's always bigger than the name on the back, so
absolutely. And that's always my argument, Jacob. Am I back on, by the way, with the audio?
Mm-hmm. You're back.
I just managed to knock over my bag of recycling that I was about to bring downstairs to the recycling depot. But anyway, so that's I'm gonna have to go to do that again. But that kind of is what annoys me when it comes to Sonny in some regards, that people are kind of only focused on just one player. Or sorry, fuck up. What were you saying about Ndombele there again? Because there was definitely a point I was going to relate it to in regards to Sonny.
That he disrespected the shirt versus the mighty Morecambe shrimp, and that
against Morecambe. Yeah. Oh, okay.
The shirt's always more important than the name on the bag.
That is unforgivable. What Ndombele did. We had a player years back. I forget his name. I think he was what was he from? Algeria maybe, or North Africa. And he threw the jersey down on the ground when he got subbed off. And I don't think he played for us again. And look, from day one with Ndombele, I had my doubts because, well, first off, we've never signed a good outfield player directly from the French league, right? We've had Nkudu, Unji, Ndombele, and they all flopped and they all cost a lot of money. The only decent player we've signed directly from the French league was our goalkeeper. So I'm always very skeptical of players coming. Adel Taarabt, there's football putting in Adel Taarabt. Yeah, ended up at QPR. You know, he was supposed to be the next Zinedine Zidane. You know, so I'm always skeptical about players coming from a French league. And 62 million quid, man. You know what I mean, for Ndombele. The guy is an embarrassment, not only to himself, not only to Tottenham Hotspur, but to the entire sport of football. He's got so much ability, and he just does not use it. You know, he's now, probably about 25, and he could be one of the greatest midfielders. And I would have put Pogba in that bracket as well. Pogba's another fella from France who, you know, has all the ability in the world and just doesn't flex it. Like, And
I think
that,
Pogba's flexed a little bit more than Ndombele. I would
he's
have
definitely out
appreciated if
more than
Ndombele
Ndombele.
did what Pogba's done.
Well, he has done more than
But you're
Ndombele
right.
for
Pogba
sure.
has left more to be desired than he's achieved or
Yeah,
demonstrated. And same thing with Ndombele, because he would show you those flashes in the pan where you're just like, man, who the fuck is this guy? Like,
yeah, yeah.
I actually think this guy could be fucking amazing. The way he flicks the ball so calmly, the way he times his touches to dance around a player. But that's all good if you do that 3-4 times a game. But like, there's still another 80 minutes during that match where he's just flopping around, not tracking back, not doing his duties and walking around. Like,
He doesn't even do it 3 or 4 times a game, though. He does it 3 or 4 times a fucking season. Like that's what's frustrating to me. Like he'll come out. Like there was that wonder goal he scored where he ended up with the volley from like this mad angle,
we were wearing the third kits that year, that purple and yellow thing.
and he should net. Like how that ball ended up in the back of the net, I have no idea. And
Yeah,
you
he,
see
like,
a player
yeah.
that has that talent, that ability, that natural just street footballer in him, and then he, doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's another like what was his name? Asu Okoto used to play left fullback for Tottenham after Leon Pio, our first Korean player. And Asu Okoto, at least he had the decency to say, I don't give a shit about football, it's my job, but on Ndombele, that's the kind of attitude I get from him. It's like, I don't care, it's, it pays the bills, so it's a shame, because he's a wonderful footballer.
No, it's a big shame. I agree with you. James Joris is asking, what are the results of the poll? So let's get to it. Results of the poll. We have 16 votes that came in, and it simply says Sonny is ... The winner with 62% of 16. Sonny transcends humanity and football. And that's a great answer to select. 62 people out of the 16 selected that. Second place, 19%. OWAW. If you know, you know. Can you guess what OWAW stands for? I want to take, before I reveal, because 19, it came in second place. So it looks like at least 4 people voted for it. So they must know what it means. I'm curious, Aaron, do you know what that means?
No, and that's why I went to option D. So I was one of the people who was one of the 62%. What were the initials? OWAD.
OWAW. I'll put it in. It's an acronym. It's an acronym.
Our women are warriors. Our women are.
What? But think about it in the context of
weapons.
Like Sonny.
Sonny.
But anyway, third place, the world's father. Also a very admirable, correct answer. The incorrect answer, one person selected, not world class.
Oh.
Someone said that.
That was a misclick, man.
It's got to be a misclick. I mean, I would delete my whole Google account if I said that in a vote. But that was actually the first vote that came in.
Philly's got it, man.
Yeah,
I knew it had to be something to do with women.
Come on. No, it has to do with Sonny.
I'm kidding.
Sonny once wet, always wet.
I know.
Sonny drips moisture from the rafters from above. He blesses us. That's my personal answer. Once wet, always wet. Don't ever doubt Heung-min Daddy. Don't ever doubt him.
Yeah, it was earlier on another stream. I was just in the comments. I wasn't on the stream, but somebody had put in the chat that they reckon Son's ego had overtaken them because he was joint golden boot winner last season.
And I said Calvin Klein shoots and.
Yeah, no, but I said, but that doesn't sit. Yeah, but I just responded with it. But that doesn't seem to sit in with the guy's personality. He's very humble, and he doesn't seem like somebody who's egotistical. And the person replied to me, "Oh, well, his dad's egotistical, and all this and arrogant."
I love that this person knows his father so well. This person.
Again, my response was, from the documentary I saw, his father came across as a very hardworking, humble man. and not arrogant at all. So it's interesting how different football fans will, point at different things, some of which might not exist, as to why Sonny has not been at his peak. For me, I mean, I've watched Gascoigne not at his peak. I've watched Glenn Hoddle not at his peak. I've watched Chris Waddle not at his peak. I've watched some great players that were at their peak at that, for a couple of months. It just happens, I mean, it doesn't matter what the fucking game is, or what the job is.
But like I say, once wet, always wet, and that is in reference to Heung Min Daddy.
You must have some great lube where you come from, mate.
Speaking of lube, Fullbull says Adama right wing back, Alphonso Davies left wing back. Who says no? I do not. I say yes. Moisture, let it rain from the rafters. What about you, Aaron?
No, get off the Adama train, man.
This is a train. Once you get on, you can't get off. The floors are too slippery.
Dude, there's so much oil on the tracks. The train's coming off.
We're slipping all over. We're sliding across America. Come on. The Continental Express sliding across America.
Dude, I am impressed with Adama's body, but
do I need to pull some photos up? If you would have watched him, and there was a game. I even have a video of it on my phone. I might fucking pull it up. Not gonna lie.
Is he getting the game for Wolves at the moment, man? Is he even getting into the Wolves?
Yeah. He started for Wolves most recently. Yeah. He's now back in the starting lineup. He wasn't though for a while. But I think Neves got hurt, and so they're switching things up. But there was some beautiful crosses he was laying in there. But they have a bunch of what I call boogie grazers, because they graze for boogers in their nose. Instead of going up and heading the ball and getting Adama Traore the assist that he deserved, the wet assist that he can just materialize out of nothing, because he's that transformative of a player on the pitch. Again, I say again, Adama Traore dribble past the most players in the Premier League up until he went on loan to Barcelona. He's the best dribbler in the league. Get him in. Get him a jersey. Come on. I want to buy one.
That's one of those stats. That's one of those stats that I would like to say. Well, is there a stat to say how many times he lost the ball?
There is, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about dribble past motherfuckers.
Yeah, and I know.
Remember when we played Wolves? They took 3 of us that we couldn't even stop him. 3. Imagine if we played another team and we attracted 3 of their defenders. What would that mean for Sonny and Kane?
Oh, that'd be massive. Yeah. Okay, fair enough. But I mean, again, that's an isolated incident, Jacob. You're picking out one specific time that's happened.
But it was beautiful.
It's not consistent.
It was nice. But it was fun. I liked it.
Yeah, but so was
Philly, you got a point tonight. Once wet, always wet. See, man, Philly, come on, like this, brother, like that. Come on, we need more speed demons in the team. That's right. And Alphonso Davies is just that, but he's also quite a physical specimen as well. Philly. Rob Patterson, what is up, my friend? Big up. Healed from COVID finally. Glad to see you were on the up and up, my friend. The vid did not keep you down. You were back up. Tottenham are back up. Glad to have you with us tonight, Rob. Thank you for tuning in. And then there's some Korean comments. I don't know what they're saying, but I'm just going to say it looks awesome, and I'm glad that you guys are having a conversation. Wikipedia says, don't try to get off the Adama train, Jacob. Jump off of it. Never. I'm actually the conductor of this train. Actually, I DM'd him today, Aaron. Full admittal here. I DM'd him again today. I said, are you ever going to respond? I don't know if that's weird of me. Usually you'd be the first one to tell me that's weird.
Did he respond?
No, he didn't fucking respond, the bastard.
Sometimes silence, it says more than words, Jake.
Here's the thing. If I know that he has seen him and chose silence as his response, I could accept that and move on. But here's the thing. He hasn't read them. So I think it's simply just he hasn't had an opportunity to begin this friendship that we have. That I've laid the foundation for. All aboard. I'm with you and Jacob. Let's go. I love me some Adama Traore. But y'all, We're about to hit an hour and a half, and you know what, Aaron? I don't know what time it is over there for you. It's getting a little late for me. I got some activities to attend to, per se. But if you're here now, I hope to see you in about 14 hours. The Friday show will begin. We've got some lovely guests. Rez from Shelfside Spurs Show. And then we also got Adam Shelfside Spurs Show. And then we've also got Alan Clark from Time Added On. So it should be a good one. Going to preview some Everton. Talk about the Toffees. Is that what they're called, right? The Toffees.
The Toffees, yeah. Mate,
Talk about the Toffees.
What accent are you doing, Jake?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
They're from Liverpool, mate. It's the fucking Toffees.
Paddy the Baddy. Do you know who that is?
Yeah. No. Yeah. Is he the fighter?
Yeah, he's a young UFC fighter, like on the rise. Fucking superstar now. People love him. I love him too. He's always like, don't you know? This is the... Or he's like, Liverpool, they're the ones that are going to win it all. I'm like...
Now you sound like one of the fucking Hobbit things out of the new Lord of the Rings TV show, which is really bad. Like, didn't you know, Gandalf? Teedle idle though, I'm going to go over there and forge myself a magic ring, and then I'm going to go up to Mount Mordor and I'm going to kill it all. Sure, Jesus, why not? It's Liverpool, mate. They don't speak like the Irish. It's like Liverpool. You gotta kind of, I don't know.
Oh, that's Liverpool. Right. My Beatles accent was my Liverpool accent.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Liverpool?
You sound like a posh Brit. Hello, have you ever been to Liverpool?
I always felt like my old lady British accent was my best one, but I have yet to unveil that for the podcast, for the show.
So what time are you boys streaming tonight? It's I guess about 7:30 UK Ireland time.
Yeah. That's
so
correct.
That'd be about
7:30 p.m. the old time. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The Friday show. It's going to be a good one. We got Michael in the house, so it's going to be more structured than this fun carnival ride I took y'all on this evening. But it should be a good time. We were going to record an episode tonight, Michael and I, but Michael had some things going on, so he couldn't make it. I did want to do a pop-up because, honestly, Philly, you asked me about the show, and I was like, I told Philly I was going to do a show. I told J. Cole I was going to do a show on Will Stewart's stream. I told y'all I was going to do it, so quite frankly, I had to come on here and I had to talk my piece. But we will talk about it a little bit more in depth tomorrow. I hope all of y'all are able to join. Gina Kim says we need a player like James Madison. I will say this, when we were first linked with him, I was like, nah, we don't need him. Now I'm like, yeah, we need him. But it remains to be seen. Transfers will not start until January, so I don't want to think too much about it. Philly in the house. If you know, you know. That is correct, my friend. That is correct. AKA, that's right, I do got some more cookies to crush. I got some more dreams to crush as well. That doesn't make sense. I don't know why I said that. I don't crush dreams at all. That's never been something I've done. So I really don't know why I said that, Aaron. Maybe it's because, as you know, when I try and sign these shows off, I do a terrible job at it, and it usually rambles on. And then there's like six other people usually, so then they're like, oh, did you remember this? And then we just never end the shows. But anyway, I am so thankful, Aaron, that you popped up with me tonight. Didn't make me do this solo. So I appreciate you. I hope you're doing well. But again, this has been Pop Up with Jacob. Tomorrow, the Friday show. This is United Spurs of America, and I hope that you have enjoyed yourself because I enjoyed you while you were here, whether you liked it or not. Philly, I don't care what Will says about you. In my book, you are. I appreciate that, brother. Don't care what no one says about me. Don't worry about it, because you know me. We see like this, Philly. Come on. Anywho, this is Pop Up with Jacob. I'm Jacob. He's Aaron. He popped up with me tonight. You can pop up too. These are open shows. You can join at any time. Also want to hit that bell and subscribe and like, because these shows, you just never know when they're going to happen. I mean, sometimes you know, but most of the time you never know. So please do hit that like and subscribe. We're trying to hit 500 before December. So Aaron, I need you to run through the streets of Ireland and naked and scream, subscribe to United Spurs of America.
Oh, top of the morning to you, sure. I'll be doing that now, first thing now.
I appreciate
that. As soon as the sun comes up.
I'm gonna send you some
I-
merch, and you can just like wrap yourself in a United Spurs of America flag and run around nude and get people to subscribe.
No, mate, I've got a naked leprechaun strapped up in the basement, so I'll send him out.
Let him run free. There you go. Run rampant, little guy. Anywho, again, this is United Spurs of America. Please check us out. 14 hours from now, we'll be live with some really cool guys, Michael and I. Again, thank you for popping up with Jacob. And as always, up the lads and come on, you Spurs.
COYS.
Coys.